For centuries, the galaxy knew peace.
For centuries, we waited.
Until the Empire returned, attacking without mercy.
Until we struck the Republic, reclaiming our ancient home.
Now we must defend the Republic.
Now we begin our true assault.
And though many have died,
And though the Republic fights on,
we will prevail.
we will destroy them.
Hello, PAX! Hey! You guys actually showed up. What do you know? Thank you. What, just for me? Star Wars? What was it? What brought you here? Yes, thank you. Okay. Nice. You guys waited in line the whole 9 yards, all that stuff, huh? Well, thank you for coming. Obviously, this is our 2011 PAX panel on Star Wars: The Old Republic. My name is Blaine Christine, senior live producer with BioWare, and it is, of course, my great honor to be here with you guys today. I missed your smiling faces. It's been a year since I was in Seattle, so, you know, it's good to see all of you. How's your Sunday going? Is it going all right? All right. Good PAX so far? Everything's cool? Yeah? Well, listen, it's been really exciting for us, of course, seeing all of you guys, plus many, many other people coming through our booth, getting a chance to play the game, see Huttball for the first time ever. How many people played Huttball? Right on, and you liked it. I hope you liked it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So let me walk you through what we're going to do today. So first off, we're going to do just a very brief, I promise you, short overview of what the game is all about. Some of you have heard this before, but, you know, just on the off chance that you brought someone new along that you wanted to introduce to Star Wars: The Old Republic, we'll tell you what that's all about. Now, if they don't know what Star Wars is all about, that's going to be kind of up to you to deal with. We're not going to cover that topic here today. Yeah, but then after that, what we're going to do is we're actually going to talk a little bit about operations, and some of you have heard a little bit about this at E3. They're high-level in-game content that we revealed at E3, but we're going to show you operations live on stage today, so that will be cool. You're going to see the Eternity Vault live. And then we're going to go into a little bit more detail about player versus player systems within our game, and specifically, big reveal for PAX is we're going to talk about the first ever details of our open world PvP system. So that will be cool. Yes, you're excited. All right. And then last but not least, because it is a panel, we will bring out a bunch of other developers here, and we're going to do a Q&A and answer questions that you guys might have about the game. I'm sure you have some interesting ones. I've heard there are some interesting questions out there. But let's start off with a simple question. How many of you have actually gotten your hands on and played The Old Republic at this point? All right. Good number. Put your hands down. All right, a little bit more difficult question. How many of you have played The Old Republic for, wait for it, a significant amount of time? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Say no more. All right, a much smaller number. Now, for those of you that didn't have your hands up, those are the people in game testing right now. But please, don't ask them any questions, because then I would have to personally kick them out of the testing program, and they would be very angry. You would also get dark side points, and some of you may like that. But the big message is here, obviously a lot of you have not yet gotten into the testing program, and that is something that we would like to address. So we're going to give you some details about that later on in the presentation, but just rest assured that, of course, the Old Republic is much like a fine wine that gets better with age. We want to make sure that you get an opportunity to play for a more extended period of time before you make a commitment, actually before we launch the game. And so we're going to make sure that we take steps to get more of you into testing as we move into the fall. So let's kick this off. So what is Star Wars: The Old Republic? I think some of you could probably tell me at this point, but I'm going to say it just, because you don't have the microphone. So it's, I know, it's a story-driven, say it with me, story-driven, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. And of course, it is going to be published by Electronic Arts. It is developed by BioWare, which I have one proud member, of course, of the team, in conjunction. Thank you. It is an honor. In conjunction, of course, with our friends at LucasArts. And we truly feel, you've heard this before as well, but it's important to say that we feel we're redefining the MMO genre. And why is that? Say it for me, please. Story! Yes, that is correct. We are bringing BioWare storytelling to the MMO experience, and it will completely change how you feel about the MMO once you get your hands on the game, as many of you have. But beyond that, yes, we do realize at BioWare, we're creating an interactive experience, a game. It's not a movie. It's not a novel. And therefore, we know there's many other important elements beyond story. And so we know that once you quote-unquote, complete the story, which, by the way, you won't. Once you complete the story, there are many other activities like in-game content that you'll want to play, and there's player versus player combat, which is going to be awesome, and of course, there's lots of social experiences for you to play the game and experience it with your friends. All those are important to us as well. But last but not least, of course, the most important thing to us is making sure that we are bringing an amazing Star Wars experience to all of the Star Wars fans out there. And so we're inspired by that every day. We've got 8 individual classes. Each has their own unique storyline. And as you play these classes, you're not bound to a certain role. So if, for instance, you want to heal other players, you can do that within different class types, so you still get to play the story experience that you want. So rather than have me talk about story, we've got several special guests we're going to bring on stage. And the first one is our lead writer, Daniel Erickson. Come on out, Daniel.
Hello, PAX! How's it going? All right. Am I on?
No, it's hard to tell when they're very loud.
Am I on, or am I just loud?
There you go.
All right. So, yes, we have story. People heard. This probably doesn't come as a big surprise to people. There was, we talked about it a lot at the beginning of the project. What I want to talk to you guys about today is about the type and about the content and the quality level of the stories that we created and that we're still creating. Okay? So what Blaine talked about with the 8 class stories is really just the tip of the iceberg. They define your play experience. They give you a very different feel when you take each of the pieces. People have heard me talk about how we got to do things that we'd never gotten to do in an RPG before. The Smuggler. Oh my God, the Smuggler. Getting to do an action comedy RPG. This is not something I ever thought I'd get to see. The Trooper. Why did we never have a war RPG before? We got a ton of World War II games. Where was our Band of Brothers RPG? Well, we've got that now. You get to get in there and really feel these different things. But on top of that, we've got the world arcs. Now, the world arcs, for those of you who haven't been able to actually get in the game, these are 10 to 12 quest-long chains that really explore a big, full story about the world. These are the things that feel the most like being back on Kashyyyk or Dantooine or something in the original KOTOR. Like, you really get in there. We've got the heroic quests where you need to bring your whole party together and try to take on some of the hardest stuff outside of the raids and operations and all that stuff. We've got the operations, which also fit right into the canon, right into what we're doing. We even write all of the stories, obviously, for the PvP war zones. They came to me and they said, hey, we want to do something where the sides can actually fight each other, where it makes some sense. I wrote Hutball.
And by the way, that's some of my favorite new stuff in the game.
and I love the Hutball. But beyond that, you guys have probably heard, hey, at the beginning of this project, we decided we were going to make the first fully voiced MMO. So every voice in the game, yours included, would be fully voiced over. Now, this is actually something that's really easy to do wrong. Everybody knows what bad VO can do to a game. Exactly. Just like that. And this is the part where LucasArts really came in and stepped up. This is a company that you guys may remember all the way back in the day of the Tentacle days. It was one of the first people to bring great VO to the game. Yeah, give it up. Old LucasArts stuff. Right? This is a company that for years has been bringing some of the greatest VO to games anywhere, including the original Knights of the Old Republic, obviously. So when we made requests, everything we ever did was done beyond our expectations. We said, hey, we want to VO this entire game. They said, all right, we're going to do a worldwide talent search. We're going to open up studios all across the world. I said, hey, okay, I got a neat idea. I really want it to feel like old 70s Star Wars, so all the Imperials are going to be British. They said, well, I guess we got to open a studio in London. And they did. And 3 weeks later, we were in London interviewing people, okay? There is a huge difference between doing story and doing story right. The level of people that are in this game, okay, David Solid Snake Hader is the Jedi Knight, okay? Jennifer Femshep Hale is our trooper, okay? This is a level of quality that has never been done and has been done to a size that when people get into testing, it's one of those things that we continually get as a feedback is I heard it, but I didn't believe it. All right, here's final count. 900 plus voice actors. Hundreds of thousands of lines of dialogue. 10,000 named speaking NPCs. Wrap your head around that for a minute. This is the biggest thing BioWare has ever done. This is the biggest high-quality AAA story that anybody has ever done. And on the day we launch, we will be the single largest piece of Star Wars fiction in history. And I know there are some people out there right now who are thinking, I played KOTOR 12 times last month. Like, I'm going to beat that game super fast, and then what do I do? Well, guess what? We are always the team, the writers, who are exploring new stuff. We are the first team in, the first team to look at what's going on. If you go to the BioWare website right now and you click under jobs, you will see that there is a whole bunch of postings for writers. Why? Because I am not shrinking down. I am expanding my team. We are already in production. Yeah!
Very excited.
That's worth a squeal. We are already in production, and that's what I'm telling you today, exploring the next content that's coming after. Obviously, I can't say a lot, but what we're promising you guys is if you're coming here and you are committed to this, we are too. The dream was always to do the eternal BioWare MMORPG, to do the stories, to have the content, to take those characters and be able to go with them forever. And we're here today to tell you that's exactly what we've done.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Clay?
Thank you, sir. All right, folks, so I got two key takeaways from that, all right? One of those is that if you're paying attention, evil guys are in Britain, which means Stephen Reed is evil, all right? So that's number one. Number two is it's great to know Daniel Erickson is personally committed to all of you. That's what I got out of that, right? So, Okay, so of course the story that you experience while playing the Old Republic makes it a very compelling experience, but as you get to the last bits of your story, so to speak, we don't, of course, want the game to end there. And so we understand that building a truly compelling MMO experience means that we have to have fantastic end-game content. So earlier I was mentioning that we were going to show you a little bit of one of our operations, one of the cool end-game content pieces that we first announced at E3. And so in order to walk us through that, we have our lead PvP and lead end-game designer, Gabe Amatangelo.
Hello, hello. Right on. Guten Tag, everyone. Hello. So if you got some Google skills, you might have already seen the Eternity Vault playthrough we showed at Gamescom. Right on. So we're going to play through it here today as well, but we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to invite 6 of you guys out there to come on up and try to help beat the Eternity Vault.
Yeah!
All right.
I'm hoping for Darth Vader. Darth Vader, where are you?
Who's a Sith Juggernaut? Who's a Sith Juggernaut?
Vader.
With the hat, with the hat.
All right.
With the hat.
Go over here to my left, folks. They're going to walk you up onto the
Stephanie
stage.
over there will help you up to the stage, yep. All right, so
On
I
your
need,
right.
Who loves Darth Maul? Who's a Sith assassin, double-bladed lightsaber?
Don't forget the balcony.
Right there with the hat in the hand. All right, what else we need? We need a Sith Marauder. Two
Sith Marauder,
lightsabers.
dual-wielding
Lot of
lightsabers. Who
damage.
wants it?
Right here.
All right, next, we got to go to the balcony next, Gabe. We got to get somebody
Got to get the
up there.
balcony? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a whole nother level there.
Damn. Well, we definitely need someone to play an agent operative and help out with applying some med packs.
Yeah.
What do we got out there? Plaid shirt. Right there, you, sir.
All right. How many more we got?
All right, what do we got? We got 2, 3. We need some bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Bounty hunters. Who likes Boba Fett? Who wants to play the power tech? You're right there in the front balcony. Yep, with the hat. All right. Now who's a Jango Fett? Jango Fett. Who's a fan of Jango Fett? Bag of tricks type stuff. Listen now. All right, blue shirt waving at me. Nice. All right, what do we got? We got everyone?
I wasn't keeping track. I hope you were.
Yeah, let me recap that. We got our
How many was
Juggernaut,
that?
we got our
5 or
assassin,
6?
Got the 2 bounty hunters. We got the Marauder.
Deb
There's
says we have
6?
6.
All right, right on. All right, so while they're working them up here around, we'll set the stage. We'll show you the beginning. The players, we can switch the video over here. Yeah, there they are. All right, they're on the Viking spaceport. Now, the Viking spaceport is where you can access most operations and flashpoints in the game. You can get together and you embark on ships to go to those missions. And you get mission debriefings in our multi-group conversations. And it looks like the team's about to do one of those. Now, one of the team members is lagging behind. Is it the bounty hunter? Bounty hunter's not nearby, but that's all right. He can holo conference in from wherever he's at. And there he is. So Juggernaut, go ahead and fire away for the mission debriefing. Oh, operative. Looks like we're looking for operative. Fire away, guys. There it is.
Agent, we've never met, but I was directed to you by a mutual colleague who said you might help us in our hour of need. I'm General Threnault, commanding officer of the Imperial Reclamation Service. I understand you're familiar with us.
You people are a waste of oxygen.
The Empire needs us, of that I'm certain. And right now, I need you. We uncovered a new section of Belsavis prison during a bombing run. It's been sealed for 20,000 years. No exit to the surface. It's alien builders, the Rakata, called it the Eternity Vault. It's where they kept the prisoners and technology they could never afford to release.
Care to explain that?
We've been translating the Rakata inscriptions. Most are indecipherable, but a few refer to a prisoner called the Infernal One. We've seen the title before in the Dead Corals of Rugosa and the Zayast Abyss. We thought it a myth, the Rakata warlord who bled and enslaved 1,000 planets.
Getting a little nervous?
I've known fear before, and I know it today. Any sane man would. The legends say it took an army to stop the Infernal One before the Riccata and the other ancients locked him away with his weapons. If we don't do anything, though, well, the war against the Republic may be nothing next to what'll come.
There's a war going on, and you're worried about alien mythology.
The Reclamation Service exists to see these threats before they destroy us, and the technologies of antiquity are our prize. Do what you can. It's all I can ask.
General, the shuttle is ready. We can fly to the Eternity Vault as soon as your team's prepped.
All right, they got the mission debriefing. We can go ahead and bring them on up. Start getting them in place. Now, this is 4 players. Of course, operations are 8 to 16 players, so they're going to have to convert to an ops group and recruit 4 more players. Sorcerer, you can do that around the corner there. Fortunately, there's some more players around now. Operations, 8 and 16 players, different difficulty modes. So it can be for the casual player that's not that familiar with MMOs. We can put it on the easiest mode, but that's none of you guys, of course. They got the harder modes, better rewards, etc. Now, of course, we're throwing them into this. So we're going to put on the easiest mode. It's going to be the introductory encounter. We're going to have some BioWare, obviously, employees there to help them out. Yeah, Sork, you can go ahead and board the Terminus class ship, and we can get everyone into position. Bring them on out. Don't be afraid. Bring them on out. All right, here comes the team.
Brave souls, here we go. You know, no pressure here, guys. You're just on the big screen. If you wipe the entire party and it's your fault, it's not like there's anybody here that's going to see you or make fun of you or anything like that. All right, we're going to have a little bit of coaching here, but ultimately the players are in control of level 50 characters. This is not a simple challenge, certainly.
Within Mel 7's atmosphere, proceeding to surface. All hands prepared for enemy fire. The Eternity Vault defenses are active.
All right. So they're aboard the
Taking heavy damage. Get to the escape pods. Abandon ship.
Shot down by the Eternity Vault's defenses. They're going to have to take escape pods to the surface and then gather up once they're down there in the surface. Sorcerer, you can go ahead and take the escape pod. And everyone else, go ahead and direct them to the escape pod, guys. I'm going to try to coach them through, help them through this, so they don't wipe and embarrass themselves. They'll make it, they'll make it. So yeah, this is a vehicle, it's not a cutscene. Obviously it's an escape pod, so straight trajectory.
I hear them enter my domain. Children unknowing, they will serve.
Always got to kill the Tauntauns. Anytime you see a Tauntaun, kill.
Aww.
All right, now that can... Looted.
This is live, baby, live.
Thick brown fleece. All right, now that concludes the Eternity Vault operation.
Yeah.
Right on, we got the team coming. Picked up a Mega Cat along the way. Take him out. A missile to the face will do that. Good job, Power Tech.
Is our group ready? How we doing?
Looks like we gathered up. Death from above. Death from above.
Come on, guys. This is the easy part, really.
More sliding. Yeah. He's burning. All right, team's there. Juggernaut, go ahead. Lead the charge. Keep going, Juggernaut. Don't be afraid. Go, Juggernaut. Go. Juggernaut's first. Come on, Juggernaut.
Go, Juggernaut.
Oh, starting straight too early. Droids are coming down. Get those droids. Pick up the droids. Towards the middle.
This is gonna be brutal. I see a party wipe coming any second.
No. All right, Juggernaut's job is to keep the damage on him. He can take a lot of it. The assassin can help him out as well. The assassin's great at parrying and deflecting damage. He's trying to round him up there. Sork's getting thrown around. Now the operative, make sure to keep applying those med packs to the Juggernaut. Good job. Bounty Hunters are on the left turret. Marauder's on the right turret. Marauder looks like he suffered some damage. Wizard, if you got a force field, you can quickly apply it.
I'm impressed.
He's on the other side. He's on the other side. Yeah. All right. How we doing? How we doing on the left turret there? All right, we got him to about halfway. Good job. We got the power tech, the back trick type guy. The other bounty hunters, mercenary spec, firing some missiles. Sorcerer's helping out with some force lightning there. All right, you guys can also hit, and Marauder especially, you can hit the power cells. The power cells will reduce the damage from these turrets. Will also do damage to the turret.
Healer's doing good, but we're getting low on health there a little bit every now and then.
How we hold it in the middle. All right, Juggernaut and Marauder coming out in the middle. Marauder, you might want to take some of the power cells on the right turret. All right, good. Left turret's down. Focus on these droids. Now that they've got some of the, they can shift some of their defense to offense. Because the droids just keep coming. They've got to get ahead of it. Force Storm. Operative, you can also call in an orbital strike. That also helps. Yeah! Nice. All right, took a lot of them down. Keep coming. Bounty Hunters are unloading on that other turret. The Marauder, he can force leap and hit that turret up there as well. Also can throw the lightsabers. Orbital strike, you got it. So all these droids are packed up here. Alright, how we doing on the health? You see the status obviously in the left side there. Someone pick up the Eternal Guardian from the sword. Sword can do a lot of damage, it's not too good taking it. Juggernaut, yeah, Assassin, there you go. Alright, cool. He's got it. Nice. Alright, good job, guys. Alright, we're down to the last turret here, it's almost done. Go ahead and force leap and finish it off, why not? Oh, we got it.
Yeah!
Right, a little force lightning.
Finest creation. Machine of machines. Metal.
Somehow I'm guessing that wasn't the hard part.
Together and allied toward destruction.
Is it a Sith dance
Finish
party now?
off that last droid. Alright, so that was the first line of defense. Here comes the second. Juggernaut, you want to make sure you keep them.
Life forms detected.
Alright, Annihilation Droid XRR-3 formerly used to wipe out civilization. Reprogrammed to help contain Zoa, the Infernal One.
Party wipe.
Now they got it, they'll do it.
Violation.
Alright, he's gonna do that. He's gonna knock you all clean out of there.
I have been armed with 24 distinct weapons.
Alright, when he's channeling these missiles, you can take cover, or you can bunch up. Go ahead and take cover because you weren't ready for it. Juggernaut and Assassin, you're good out there. You can take the damage. Or make sure it looks like on the right turret you guys aren't quite behind it. Power Tech's anxious, he's jumping back in. Alright, it's overheating, now's a good time to move in. Go ahead and move in, do some damage. Yep, unload at this point. Alright, he's back in action. Now, each of his arms has a different target. The right main cannon, it looks like it's on the Juggernaut. The left arm will have a red targeting reticule, whoever he's on. There he goes. And it looks like there's someone right behind you. Stay away from whoever has the red targeting reticule. When the Juggernaut gets knocked back like that, Assassin help pick him up right away. Assassin's good back up. Oh no, Marauder's down. Oh no. Inquisitor, you can reanimate the Marauder, but you only get one reanimation. No, Marauder, you released. Don't release. No.
Proximity violation.
Alright, if anyone else goes down, don't do it. Alright, this time, you guys try to bunch up Agent Operative, deploy the nanotech right in the middle.
Distinct weapons technologies.
Nanotech does area effect recovery. Bounty Hunters, you got your reactive shields. Or you can hide. That works too. Alright, wait till it's done. Now you went out a little early. Looks like you got the Operative kind of low. Make sure the Operative doesn't go down. Alright, you gotta do some damage now. Now's a good time to recover, everyone. Go ahead and apply your med packs. It's a good time to do damage, but it's also a good time to recover. All right, assassin, you've been marked with his left arm. He's gonna hit you. Steer clear of the assassin.
Tactics analyzed. Engaging storm protocols.
All right, storm protocols, guys. You're shooting missiles, raining the pain down. Watch your feet. Sword medic move. Out of power tech. Yeah. Oh, you got hit. Oh, damn.
Yeah!
All right. Who do we got left up? Inquisitor, can you reanimate the operative? Sork medic, Inquisitor, reanimate. Target's dead. All right, what do we got? We got 5 people up still. All right, the operative's been brought back up, reanimated. Good job. Sork medic, steer clear of everyone else. Force speed to get out of the way.
Enemy tactics analyzed. Engaging.
Okay, watch out. Storm protocols again. Move around, keep dancing. All right, steer clear of the sorcerer. Or don't run in there. Nice. All right, Juggernaut's doing a good job, but he just got knocked. Assassin, pick him up. Assassin, you can on him. Sorcerer's been targeted with the left arm again. Steer clear of the sorcerer. Watch out, Juggernaut! Oh! Little delay there, we got it. All right.
Tactics analyzed. Engaging.
All right, storm protocols. Watch your feet again.
Proximity violation.
All right, we're going into a phase again. This time, you guys get bumped up. You got to start doing some damage to him. You'll start to escalate his damage. Nanotech towards the center by the operative. Nanotech. Also, area effect recovery from the Inquisitor. Sork medic, rather. Or you can run. Force speed, it has its uses. Yeah, force leap back in there, use your jetpack, get right back in there. Take advantage of this time. Alright, Juggernaut's been good assassin. Looks like the operative was targeted. Steer clear of the operative.
Tactics analyzed. Engaging storm protocols.
Alright, watch your feet, guys. Assassin, move! Yeah, you got it. Okay, good. Ouch. You're targeted, watch out. No!
Man! The crowd turns ugly.
Oh no, power tech's almost down. Just got blown.
Tactics analyzed. Engaging storm protocols.
Alright, sidestep. Yeah, there you go. Medic, watch out, Inquisitor. Force lightning on cooldown, alright. Yeah! Oh, we need to heal on the Juggernaut. Juggernaut, use your... Oh! Juggernaut's still up. Alright, good. You planted the shield.
Don't die, Corey, don't die.
Guys, we're almost there. You got one more phase to go. Inquisitor's been targeted. Watch out.
Tactics analyzed. Engaging storm protocols.
Oh, operative, he took some damage.
Proximity violation.
Alright, this is the last phase here, guys. Alright, plunge back in, use your jetpacks, get your Marauder. Force leap, get in there. He's not going to stop channeling until you die or he dies. You got to finish him off now. Remember, nanotech to play it. Reactive shield bounty hunter.
Oh!
Ah!
Yeah!
No, come on, so close!
Oh!
Juggernaut's still up.
Oh!
Power tech. Did you get it? Alright, gets you to help. Look over there, assassin, last man standing. Come on, assassin. Almost there. Darthwall parrying the demo.
Who is it? Yeah!
He finished him off. He reset.
Yeah!
Good try, guys. Good try.
Yes! Awesome! You know,
This close. This is close.
I wish we could say we had scripted it that way, but there's no way we could have scripted that to be what you all just experienced and saw.
That was fun. That was fun. Good try, guys.
Well
Good try.
Okay.
Right on.
Hold on. We're just going to have you guys introduce yourselves real quick. Mr. Castile.
What's that?
Hold up, guys. We're going to have you just introduce yourselves real quick. Dave. All right, or not.
Or not. Thank you, guys.
I guess we're not.
All right. It's all good.
All right, it was a good idea. So I got to say, Gabe, dude, I think you know what you're doing, because honestly, that is some of the coolest content in the game. That's amazing.
Thanks, sir.
We've got a mic?
We got a mic. All right.
All right, guys, come back out just real quick. Let's introduce yourselves, because you did an awesome job. Where's the mic?
We got the mic.
I was told we had a mic.
There we are. Thank you,
Daniel, go ahead.
Does this mic work? Yes. Say hello.
Hello.
And who are you?
My name is Brandon.
And what are you doing here at PAX, Brandon?
I'm just enjoying myself playing Smell Republic.
Nice.
Which class were you?
What's up?
Which class?
I was the bounty hunter.
All right, right on. It's all good. It's all good.
Died first, right here.
Honesty is good.
Hi, my name is Chris.
And what were you playing?
I was playing the Marauder.
Yeah? What are you doing here at PAX?
I came here to play Star Wars Old Republic.
Nice. And sir?
We actually share the same name.
Wow. Very sexy.
Daniel Erickson?
I know, right? I was playing the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
And what were you most excited about at PAX?
Tor!
Yeah. Sir?
Hi, I'm Robert.
And what were you playing?
I was playing the Sith Assassin.
And
Good job. Last man standing.
very good.
Yeah.
And what did you come to PAX for?
Everything.
Nice. Sir?
Walter with fragworld.org.
And what were you playing, Walter?
You have to know it was Tor, man.
What class were you playing?
Operative. You know, I was keeping everybody up until the very last minute.
Yeah.
And to be clear, this poor man died. I was right behind him. He died because he was low and the missile started coming. He's like, but I got to heal him. I got to get out there. And
So selfless.
sometimes as a healer, you got to take care of yourself first. And sir, your name?
My name's Matt,
And Matt, what were you playing?
bounty hunter, and just so everybody knows, I got shot through the turret. That was not my fault.
So for first guy who immediately starts claiming cheat, that's this guy. Game totally cheated me. And what were you excited about at PAX?
BioWare, obviously, you can see I'm a fanboy, so.
Beautiful. Give them all a big round of applause.
Yeah. Very well done. Thank you, sir. Now you may.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Very well done. Gabe, what's next? What do we got? I think we have.
I'm supposed to exit stage?
No. Hang out.
Oh.
We're gonna watch, I believe.
That's right.
A little trailer.
My bad. So, yeah, this is some combat action farther in the Eternity Vault. You saw that operative getting thrown around there? Yeah, so it does that. Throws the environment down on everyone. That was all gameplay, all actual gameplay.
So anything else we need to know on operations at this point?
Operations, I think we covered the basis with that.
So what else do we have for in-game content? I'm thinking that, you're the guy, we introduced you, you're the lead PvP designer as well as the lead end-game designer. Maybe you can fill us in on some details on PvP. You guys want to know anything about PvP?
Oh, we're talking about PvP today?
All right.
Right on. So, if you've been by the booth, you've seen that we were letting everyone play 2 of our different war zones, Alderaan Civil War and Huttball. Huttball is our 3rd announced war zone, run by the Hutt Cartel, of course, on the neutral moon of Nar Shaddaa. You can go Republic versus Empire, you can go Republic versus Republic. So it really helps out with launching those matches if there happens to be more Republic on, etc. So it's good in that way. It's also very set up for sort of esport commentary type stuff. Football, ball in the middle, you take it to the enemy's end zone, anything goes. And we have a video, if you weren't able to play it, that tells you all about it.
Welcome to the pit. The bounteous and magnificent Gerard the Hutt salutes you. May the winners feast on victory. There in Deathmark?
Listen up. These are the rules of Huttball. Two teams, Frog Dogs and Rotworms, chosen by random draw. Grab the ball, throw the ball. Get the ball over the opposing team's line any way you can, and your team gets a point. Weapons, name calling, and cheating are all encouraged. Let's play Huttball! Rotworms have the ball. Show us what you got, Rotworms. Rotworm ball handler is down. Frog Dog throws to Frog Dog. Nice pass. Frog Dog score. Neutral ball. Let's go, Berserk! Perhaps the worst throw in Frog Dog team history. Really, really terrible. Ouch! That was one dumb Frog Dog. Score one for the Rotworms. Time's almost up. Somebody kill someone.
Today's Huttball obstacles are provided by Circa Corporation. Circa, brilliant solutions for a brighter tomorrow.
Right on. So yeah, Huttball, easy to play, a lot of fun. We've also talked about Void Star, another war zone. It's a sort of an assault type map, sort of kind of classic Star Wars boarding action. One team's trying to invade, the other one's trying to defend the ship, and then it switches around halfway through the match. We'll be letting players get hands-on more of that in the near future. And what else am I supposed to talk about?
I think maybe open world PvP.
Open world PvP.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. So we've talked about how we're going to have open world PvP. We're going to have, obviously, PvP servers, various different planets, neutral planets that players will be able to fight each other, a lot of different hotspots, and we're also going to have open world PvP objectives. And the first one we're talking about today, welcome to the planet of Ilum. Ilum is one of the higher level planets. It is where, some of you might be familiar, it's where the crystals that make lightsabers are. There's other valuable resources there, so both the Empire and Republic have a vested interest in this planet. And so we have a territory control going on here. Now, of course, they have two different bases. Now, each of those bases have various different defenses, and the players have various different ways to sort of try to circumvent those defenses. See some of the video here of it. Now, it's a war-torn battlefield, war-torn landscape. There's armaments that you can pick up throughout. You can take them and try to take out some of the different key defenses, like the turrets. And then once you take out enough defenses, you can call in bombing runs to destroy the enemy's base. Now, philosophically, well, let's catch this little thing right here, too. You've got, of course, defensive turrets and ways that players can take those out as well. Now, philosophically, you know, when you've got open world PvP and you've got an objective and you've got like 200 people and 100 people, like, and they're going at it, who's going to win? 200, right? So we've been really careful in designing our open world PvP objectives to support sort of the guerrilla style run and gun type of fighting. And so you saw that, some clips there of like getting a bazooka, taking out different kind of like turrets, defense mechanisms. Once you do enough of that, you can take out the, you can call in an airstrike to take out the base. So we're testing and we're iterating on it. These are some of the different things, and of course there's screenshots of hints of some of the other stuff we've got going on there. but it's really important that we make sure we get this as fun and as enjoyable for everyone. So we're taking it very seriously. And the player, the side that gets control, takes out the base. Obviously, they're going to get valor rewards and bonuses, and they'll get buffs and that kind of stuff in getting your rewards for PvP. So territorial control, Battle of Ilum, it's the first one we're showing, and of course we're working on future ones and more. Now, like I was saying, open world PvP, PvP servers, various different hotspots, Hoth, Tatooine, etc. Players can go and fight, and they can earn rewards in all of those areas and all those different planets, 11 different planets, 11 different areas, earn mercenary accommodations, war zone accommodations. Yep, there we go. We got the war zone accommodations, we got mercenary accommodations. Together, they get you the PvP gear, the best PvP gear. Now, of course, Warzone is for the Warzone, Mercenaries for the open world stuff. If you're a fan of one more than the other, you can exchange them to get those gears.
So you're telling me this is how I get the fat loots?
That's how you get your fat loots.
Right on.
Right on. So yeah, so we're going to continue to expand on the territorial control type stuff. Battle of Ilum is the first one we're showing you.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much, Gabe. That stuff looks awesome.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll bring Gabe back out in just a second. What we're going to do now, just let me recap, and we're going to talk a little bit about testing, and then we'll get to the Q&A. So far we talked about story with Daniel, a little bit story time with Daniel, like we like to do. And then we showed you amazing operation. Again, great work to the demoers. We've talked about PvP systems a little bit, but it seems like there was one other thing I promised you. Let's see, what was that? Oh, right, game testing, the thing that literally keeps the live producer up at night, all night long. So I can tell you, testing has been going very well. We continue to expand the number of testers that we have. We're gathering fantastic information that helps us make changes as we get closer to launch. Lovely, lovely visual here. So, we're talking about expanding testing. It's sort of a skateboard ramp type of thing. But the bottom line is, we announced that we are expanding testing with game testing weekends in September. And hey, what do you know? That's like right around the corner. And you've all been very patient since we announced that a month ago. So we're happy to say that as of next weekend, so first weekend in September, we are greatly expanding the testing program. We're bringing in a whole new group of invitations to a brand new server. So hopefully you guys have signed up for testing. And then we're going to continue to expand that as we go throughout September. So we're going to, turn some knobs, flip some switches as we learn some stuff, and then we'll do it all over again. And we'll continue to build the pool of testers and actually have you guys help us create the greatest launch that we possibly can. So what I can say is that if you're signed up for testing, even if you don't make it in next weekend, you should make it in very soon. So you guys will be able to get in, get a taste of the game before we get to launch. We'll get to the queue. I remember my first beer. Sorry, I had to do that. Okay, so there's game testing. So the last thing I want to say is all of you guys know you can go out pre-order the game now. I just want to talk about one thing, which is the fact that you've heard about the idea that we're limiting pre-orders. That is true. I just want to make sure you understand the reason. The reason behind that is that it's partially incumbent on me specifically as live producer to make sure that our onboarding experience in the first few days goes well. So the reason we constrain the numbers of people that we let pre-order the game is literally so that we can have the best launch that we possibly can for arguably possibly one of the biggest MMO launches ever. So hopefully you realize that. You're patient with us. But the bottom line is if you haven't pre-ordered, please go pre-order now. So I've talked enough. Let's get to the Q&A section. Let's bring Gabe Amatangelo back out here, Daniel Erickson back out here, and we're going to be joined by our creative director, James Olin. I want to point out, if you don't know this guy, he goes way back in BioWare history. He was the lead designer on Baldur's Gate, as well as many other fantastic and your favorite BioWare games. Ask him some cool questions. And Rich Vogel, our executive producer. Now, this guy has a very rich heritage in MMO production. Rich heritage. Yes, rich heritage, rich. And so you can ask him all kinds of interesting questions as well. And Mr. Stephen Reed, come on out. Community director, we now know you're with the Empire. Okay, Stephen, you want to tell us how we're doing this? Oh, there are microphones out there, and there are people lined up at the microphone, so we seem to be good.
All right, we're going to start over here on the left side. You're right.
Hi. So with every class having its own individual class story, and that being a large element of replayability and even endgame of experiencing all the class stories, I'm a little concerned that my guild is going to get fragmented with half of us logged on Republic one night and the other half on Imperials and switching around, and basically we're going to have to use Vent or something to communicate. Has there been any talk about having like adversary, Imperial, and Republic guilds having like a channel which they can socialize in while they experience stories on different sides?
Unfortunately, no.
All right.
Short and sweet from Mr. Olin. To the point.
Okay. I have just a little nuts and bolts question about the game. I've asked this at every PAX for the last couple of years, and for some strange reason, I don't quite get an answer.
What we said last year.
As opposed to the year before,
Please
'cause
ask,
they were too distant.
please ask.
All right. We keep hearing, thousands of armor pieces, hundreds of laser colors, et cetera, great, wonderful. How about character creation from the neck, or customization from the neck up? Are we going to get the row of heads we got from KOTOR? Are we going to get a bunch of varying sliders like we got in Mass Effect? That is going on.
Sure. No, I don't think. Am I live?
Yeah, you're live.
Oh.
Don't say anything
Oh.
too scary.
All right, I was just cussing to myself a little bit. So yeah, we haven't shown character creation because character creation is one, a super hot button issue for RPGs always, and two, something we've been tweaking on forever and ever and ever and ever. How many times, James, have you said, we need more hair? How many times have we been through like new features and new pieces? We've been adding stuff constantly. The short version is, it is neither of those things. It is definitely not the pre-baked heads from KOTOR. We are also not using a slider system. We made a decision very early that we wanted every option to be in there, and there are many options, but we wanted every option to be a distinct, separate thing. Moving your nose 1 millimeter to the left is not only doesn't give a whole lot of different distinct looks, but also is really hard for a lot of people. A lot of people who are not great with the tools can't. Well, we won't talk about we all know the femsheps up on the board, but so we're going for distinct, clean. You pick a number of different options, but there are options for the eyes, there are options for your heads, there are options for your hair, skin tone, complexion, tattoos, jewelry. There are different, each class has some individual things that only they get to distinguish themselves, and there are a whole bunch of pieces for that. There is a lot of very robust stuff in there. Again, it's one of those things that since we're going to be making assets for it until basically the day we burn the disk, we haven't wanted to show it, and people go, hey, how come we're missing such and such? There was, in fact, for a lot of the time, you guys remember people were really freaking out because we wanted to show you screenshots, but there were only 3 hairstyles in that,
Al
that had
Pacino
been
era,
approved.
yeah, I remember.
So yeah, there was me, and then and then actually there's pretty much me and Gabe and Rich were the 3 hairstyles that were in. And so yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in there. People who are in testing, I was going to say, you can't ask them about it because they can't tell you, but
it is a really robust system.
There's
we
a lot of
worked
stuff.
hard
yeah,
on it.
and
We
it's
have
getting
lots of
better every
choices.
day, and it's something that we'll continue to expand on all the way into the future.
Right. I feel that you'll be satisfied with it.
There's a lot of options. Who's next?
Hi. First of all, I'm a huge fan, and I'm really excited about the game coming out, so thank you. Secondly, it's actually kind of works well with the other question as, will our armor and robes appearance be customizable, or will they be sets, or how is that whole thing going to be working?
A mix thereof.
Yes.
There'll be sets, and there's also, with social points and some other systems, you'll be able to get some of those iconic outfits that might be earlier level. If you want to look like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you can look like Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Boba Fett and what have you. And there's also the sets that drop in like the operations and stuff like that. And then there's the sort of mods you can put in those iconic sets from the operations or the PvP, etc. So there's a lot of different choices you have in the end game. You're not going to be seeing a lot of people looking the same because there's a lot of options.
Will you be able to level up your gear as well with you? Or?
Yeah, so that's sort of what Gabe's talking about. Is what we did is there are certain sets of gear that are pretty hard to get, and those are the moddable gear. And the moddable gear does not have a level in and of itself. The mods bring the level. So if you want to be the, I'll go ahead and throw this out here because I know it's one of the ones we talked about. Like, so for instance, under the social systems, if you want to be the person who worked hard enough that you got a full piece of sand person armor, and you're the guy who wants to be in the raid with fully modded out, level 50 purple mods in your sand people gear, go for it. People are going to notice. I'm totally doing that, by the way.
I love the sand people.
Hi. About endgame gear and character alignment, are each specific like light side, neutral side, and dark side gear going to have different stats, or are they going to be just the same?
You want to take it? It's cosmetic. It's cosmetic different things is what we're focusing on. We don't want to inhibit sort of your role-playing experience with gating content that you have to get statistically, powerful for.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
never
a lot
want
of
a moment
cosmetic stuff.
where you show up at level 50 and your guild's like, you did what?
Your light side?
And at the same time, we do realize that we want the light side, dark side system to have a meaning in the game. So there are going to be artifacts specific to each of those sides, the dark side, the light side, and the gray. And those artifacts will enable certain powers. So if you're light side, you're going to have access to certain powers from your artifacts that dark side doesn't. However, we're making sure that we don't unbalance the game. And me and Gabe like to argue about that a lot. But we'll eventually get it all done by the time we ship, hopefully. Yeah, it'll be good.
So I had a question. Earlier we saw a video that talked about there being XP and loot from PvP, and I was excited about that because I like the idea of whether I'm questing or doing PvP, I can still be gaining XP and loot and progressing my character. Is that still sort of the direction you're going in?
It's totally viable.
So questing, PvP, space game. Right? Like when you're sitting around and whatever you decide that you want to do in Tor today, we're going to give you XP for. Play
it actually allows you to do, one of the things we wanted to do is give players the freedom to play the game the way they want to. It's actually a core tenet to, it's a philosophy that BioWare's always had. We want to give players choice. So when you play the game, you can, for example, if you created a bounty hunter, you could play the game and just do the core class quests and the world quests and level all the way up to the top. Then you could like re-roll as a Sith warrior, and this time you could really focus on PvP, get experience points from that, or as Daniel talked about, do some of the space game. Or in fact, if you were a crafter, you could just stay at level 1 and craft the whole game like for 200 hours, which is Daniel's dream. I don't know why, but
God bless him.
Let's be clear, because this will go all over the sites. You can't really do that at level 1. You kind of need your ship. But,
all right, level 15.
Yes, but pretty low. The other thing is, too, we're bringing in a lot more flashpoints, a lot more of that stuff. This has been Gabe's team's big push. So we're going to have flashpoints there for you pretty well all the way through the level pushes.
Yeah, level 8 up, you can do flashpoints if that's what you want to do. You can do war zones. You can do, you can do all the different options. You can get fully geared out for war zones and PvP, etc. So
we actually have a whole quest line called the Heroic quest line, which is only doable in a group. And it has some of the best gear. It's kind of, they're almost like mini flashpoints, though some of them take place in public space, some of them are instanced, and there are literally hundreds of those in the game.
And those, in fact, just switched to dailies, correct?
Yes, they are repeatable.
Several of them are actually repeatable. So yeah, and the great part about that is if you're doing, your class stuff is totally different between each class, but if you're on the same side, you're going to have seen some of the content before if you're going through it again. So you really can just decide, hey, this time I'm going to do the stuff that's different, and then I'm going to play more flashpoints or more PvP or more raids, whatever.
All right, next question.
All right, cool. So that was actually a pretty good segue into my question. So nice job with that. So the question I have is I'm really excited about the depth of story and like you were talking about the BioWare, kind of like the hallmark of BioWare games has always been being able to tell your story and make choices and decisions, etc. Right? So my story will be different than almost everybody else's story here, right? Et cetera, right? So how do you manage that, right? Moving forward as you get progressively further along in the game, because every decision is a branch, right? And then that decision branches, and then that decision branches, and then by the time I get to level 50, my story is completely different, and now I've got to like group up with people to do, like endgame content, and just beyond that too. I mean, like 3-4 years down the line, I've got these like exponential branches that are out there. So how do you guys manage that from a functional standpoint?
So what we were talking about is a thing that we call global variables, and the programmers love us because the writing team says, hey, you know that thing you did on the origin world? We need to remember that, and we need to remember that for a few hundred hours because that's going to come bite you in the ass later. Honestly, for us, it's just about really good documentation. It's about knowing which things are important to remember. a lot of the stuff and the choices you make, just like choices you might make in relationships or life or whatever, are important for a little while. How you dealt with that NPC is important for the other times you're going to deal with him. After that, we can actually drop that variable. There are some variables that are going to be important forever, and we're going to carry those around. So it's a very judicious use of making sure we know which things we have to carry around as, let's just say, your player's emotional baggage. That, yeah, and as we're going into future territory, we're already like, whoa, some of these characters have a lot of baggage. And which ones we can use as temporaries. I don't think we would have ever been able to do this in this kind of environment had we not had the experience with things like Dragon Age and Mass Effect and these very complex RPGs that are entirely driven this way.
Awesome. So, sorry guys, we unfortunately are almost out of time, and I know there's long lines out there, so we're going to take one more question, and then I encourage you, please come see us at the booth. Like, we'll be back at the booth after this, and we're happy to talk to folks. That's why we're here. So, one last question. Again, sorry about that.
So we, in the MMO world, we've seen times to max level from anywhere from 3 days to like 100 days. Do you guys have a goal that you're trying to shoot for as an average amount of time it takes someone to level in terms of playtime?
Yeah, we do have a goal. We set that very early on in the start of game design. However, the goal isn't set in stone. And one of our philosophies is we want to make sure that the game is fun from beginning to end, that we never introduce a grind just to force you to play an extra 50 hours. That's been very much a core of the design philosophy. So we've had a goal. We actually went over it for a little while, but then we made some adjustments to make the game a little bit smoother, a little bit more fun, that actually lowered it down. And we're still looking at it right now. We adjust things such as XP curves, itemization, and yeah, we just want to make sure that you never get bored while you're questing.
And no, we're never actually going to tell you what that goal is, because all that'll be is a giant challenge to some guild.
Cool. Well, thank you very much to our panel up here. You guys are awesome, of course.
Thank you,
thank you all.
PAX.
You guys are the reason that we do this, so thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Have a great PAX.